warning, just in case you didn't read the title, do not watch this episode of The Monkey Paints if you have yet to catch up to Season 6, because there will be spoilers galore. Thank you. What's going on, guys? It's the Left-Handed Monkey, and welcome to another edition of The Monkey Paints. Today, we're gonna paint Clarence Morrow, otherwise simply known as Clay, from the FX Sons of Anarchy series, portrayed magnificently by the great Ron Perlman, if I may add. Now, Clay was first introduced to us as the president of an outlaw biker club called the Sons of Anarchy. He is a founding member of his club, and he wears the first 9 patch on his cut to simply symbolize he is one of the first 9. Now, what makes the character of Clay so interesting is that his character seems to me a scenario of what would happen if you take that normal type of testosterone-driven oath you would normally see at a bar, being loud, of course, all his run-ins with the law, F the police, all the girls he laid even though they all look like monsters, but saying cliche shit like, pussy is pussy. No! There's good pussy, and then there's shame pussy. 'Tis why you left out the fact that they all look like Patrick Ewing with long hair. You know, the typical stories to build up his own bravado, trying so hard to make everybody around him believe that he is the king. But now take that guy and actually give him power. Give him the presidency of the motorcycle gang, the Sons of Anarchy, who makes their money in the gun-running business, but give him the same frailties as that loudmouth oaf at the bar, making decisions based more on greed and respect than what's good for the club. Now here's the kicker. Being that the Sons of Anarchy are only bit players in the gun running, he still has no money. He makes money behind his club members' backs when he can. He beats the shit out of his wife for asking him how he spends his money. Well, he was spending his money on having his daughter-in-law murdered, so he couldn't possibly tell her that. And that's what happens when you give that guy power. So I've broken down Clay's character development mathematically. So show creator Kurt Sutter, I hope you find it jaw-dropping. So you have Clay. Now you gotta multiply him with power plus dirt minus money minus time plus y being the variable, and it would equal to how Sutter formulated Clay's character development through 5 seasons. We're not gonna even talk about season 6 because all he did was rot in jail. Okay, now let's see how this formula plays out. Clay multiplied by everything. Now the variable y, we're gonna make that Tig equals Opie's wife gets murdered. Now if you take out Tig and put John's letters in there, Opie's dad Piney gets murdered. Now take the letters out, put Jax in there, Opie gets murdered. As you can see how devastating this equation is for poor old Opie, whose death, by the way, is probably the most shocking thing I've seen on television, because it completely caught me off guard, and I was just like, no, Opie can't die, as many of you were. But let's go back to the equation real quick, because season 6 changed the formula, which is Clay multiplied by minus power plus dirt minus money minus time plus a very mad Jax equals Clay gets murdered. And that's why we're paying homage to Clay Morrow, because even though he did enough dirt to fill the shallow graves that he created and then some, I mean, there are some moments throughout the series where you can see he had regrets about what he did. He was conflicted within himself. The secrets within John's manuscripts basically forcing his hands to move like a puppeteer, you know, in order to maintain the power, do things that he never imagined he would do. I mean, you could love him or hate him, Clay was pivotal, the chain, if you will, spinning all the twists and turns of the first 5 seasons of this classic Harley that we call the Sons of Anarchy. But his treads finally wore off in season 6. As we see, he wasn't going anywhere but under. Now with Jack solely at the helm, I'd love to hear your predictions of what season 7 has in store for us. But before you do that, in the comments below, take a look at the new equation to help you out. You got an angry Jax multiplied by even more anger plus dirt minus money minus time minus Clay minus Tara plus Gemma, who did that to Tara, plus Juice, who just lost everything because Jax basically kicked him out of Sons of Anarchy, who is helping Gemma. From the last thing we saw, equals... So if you guys want your own original custom piece painted by me, just contact me at theleft-handedmonkey@gmail.com. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for a sneak peek of next week's painting, which is gonna be Disney's Frozen.